Yo, what is up guys? Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you're new here, smash that like, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. So Blair Cobbs defeats Adrien Broner over a 10-round fight, wins a unanimous decision, and in my opinion, pretty much dominates Adrien Broner in terms of round-by-round scoring. Maybe you could give Broner one round, two if you're being very kind. But aside from that, this was basically the fight I was expecting. Broner going in there, high guard, covering up, trying to walk forwards, but not really throwing many punches. And, Blair Cobbs on the other hand, I felt he would be more offensive. I felt he would have a higher output. I felt he would show, industry and work rate. And that's exactly what he did. He outworked Broner in pretty much every round. Pretty easy win for Blair Cobbs because, let's be honest, that's all you really have to do nowadays is just throw more punches. Just go in there with a good output, and if you have a decent chin, you got decent-ish defense, you'll beat Adrien Broner. You don't need to be an elite level fighter to beat Adrien Broner in 2024. You just don't. Because Blair Cobbs isn't elite by any means. He's a guy who trains hard. Like I said, he's fit, he's got okay power, but he's very raw, he's very ungainly at times. But he got the job done based on sheer activity and more punches. First round was what it was your average feel-out round, Broner taking the look behind the guard, but again, Blair Cobbs more active. Round 2 was where Broner was in trouble in this bout. Of course, Blair Cobbs is a southpaw, and he threw the, typical 1-2 combination. The jab kind of disturbed Broner's guard. He was moving back, and then the straight left came through, bang on the chin. It dropped Broner. Pretty good knockdown. Broner was definitely hurt, and it's funny because once Broner gets up, you see him messing with his mouthpiece, and then it was revealed that he lost a tooth in that knockdown. So yeah, Blair Cobbs knocked one of his teeth out. Pretty brutal. After the knockdown, Blair Cobbs tried to go for it, tried to put his punches together, and I wondered whether he would gas himself out, but, he put some hurting on Broner. Broner was covering up, trying to block shots. But Broner got through the round, and like I said, I was wondering maybe whether Cobbs may have punched himself out or let go of the tank too early, but that wasn't the case. He resumed his game plan, firing the 1-2, trying to get around the guard of Broner, trying to put punches in bunches, while Broner was just shelling up. Broner would really try to respond with a left hook counter or the left hook right hand combination, the odd jab here and there, but there was nothing really from Broner. There was no impetus, there was no energy in this bout, there was no risk taking, or there was no... He never showed the signs of a fighter who was behind in a fight. He was just coasting and he wasn't really willing to change the tide. He was content on covering up and getting outworked. In a round later on in the fight, Broner tried to up it a little bit by applying pressure. But again, wasn't really throwing many punches, but maybe you could score him one of the later rounds. But for me, this fight was the stereotypical Adrien Broner of recent years. He covers up well, he tucks up well. When he tucks up, he is somewhat hard to hit. He does have a decent guard, but he does nothing off that guard. He doesn't throw punches back. He just gets outworked. And we've seen this now from Broner for a number of years, And yeah, this fight to me was easy to call going in. I picked Blair Cobbs on points just based on him being more active, having more ambition, and that's exactly what we saw in there, And it was an easy fight for Blair Cobbs. He came in with the right game plan, but a simple game plan. A game plan in which anybody can come up with against Broner. Take care of yourself and throw more punches, and you'll win. That's basically all you have to do to beat Broner. I was disappointed that there was no surge from Broner in the last few rounds. There was no risk taking. He never put his shots together. It was poor. It was really, really poor from Adrien Broner. And I do wonder, again, I don't think it really matters these days whether Broner trains or not, but I do wonder whether he trained properly for this fight, because to me in the fight, he looked a little fleshy around the midsection, like he isn't training that hard, and it shone through in his performance. I think he'd lose this fight anyway at this stage, but surely he can do a better effort than that. Really, really, really poor from Adrien Broner, And what a career fall this guy's had. From about billions to absolutely broken. This guy once upon a time was one of the most talked about fighters in boxing. Many people proclaiming him to be the next Floyd Mayweather. Obviously, that wasn't the case. And yeah, he loses to Blair Cobbs. He loses convincingly. And Blair Cobbs moves on to, get another fight at welterweight. We'll see what he does next. Maybe he could fight a guy like Conor Benn in America if Conor Benn can't get his license out here due to the drugs issue. Conor Benn versus Blair Cobbs could be a good fight. But yeah, Blair Cobbs right now, he's put himself in the mix for a fight at a certain level. Ultimately, I don't think he's good enough to win those sort of fights at top 10 level, but, he's put himself in with a shout. So we'll see where he goes next. He is pretty entertaining though. He tried to make a fight of it. He tried to get Broner to open up, but Broner never did, Broner never did. Blair Cobbs fought this fight with the right intentions, right game plan. As I said, tried to throw punches, tried to get rid of Broner when he had Broner hurt, but it is what it is. Kind of an obvious fight to call this one. Blair Cobbs on points. That's how it panned out. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, I wouldn't really recommend watching it outside of a knockdown. But yeah, was what it was. Was what it was. In fact, in watching this fight, I kind of had the idea to do a Broner career review, similar to how I did with Deontay Wilder, because although Broner's career may not technically be done, it is done at any real level. He's not going to improve his standing from here on out in terms of legacy, so we may do a Broner career review / career audit in the very near future. I think that could be fun. Probably more fun than the Deontay Wilder video to make. But yeah, share your thoughts below. Being your guy Del Boy, peace.